Hey, happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayleigh. If you're new here, hello, welcome. Yes. So I have about an hour before I have to go and do some other stuff. So I figured that I would hop on, give you guys a Friday rune reading. It is solstice weekend, summer solstice, when the sun is at the highest point in the sky, longest day of the year. It's going to be beautiful. So what are your plans for the solstice? Tomorrow, Saturday, the 19th, I will be attending an online event celebrating the solstice to kick the weekend off. And then on the 20th, the Sunday, I plan to definitely spend some time in meditation under the sun. Technically, Sunday is my Monday, but I'll make time. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't really want to speak on anything about the astrology right now, except that on the solstice, on the 20th, it's either right before or right after Jupiter goes into retrograde, and Jupiter will retrograde back into Aquarius before going direct again and coming back. And really, all that really means when a planet goes retrograde is that whatever things are associated with that planet for you in particular, you may need to go back and reevaluate or learn some lessons about that theme that planet represents for you. And if you have that planet retrograde in your birth chart, it will affect you more so. So that's something to keep in mind. But anyway, let's pull some runes. What does this weekend hold for us? Solstice weekend. The beginning of Cancer season. I'm gonna drop them out today. One more. Okay, 4 then. Fine, I'll take 4. Okay. So the first rune that came out, it's the only one that came out upside down, so murky, and that would be Ansu's. Kind of amusing to me, actually, that rune came out upside down, as there are 5 ravens circling around the field adjacent. Almost like they've got a kill there or something. Anyway, and Ansu's represents wisdom, and ravens is one of the things associated with this rune. Ansu's being murky, to me, talks about, number one, because Ansu's represents wisdom, using our voice, breath, and how wisdom can sometimes come from unexpected places. The raven is a trickster energy, right? Being murky, I feel like, especially considering what's happening right now, this is a warning of current and further propaganda, illusions, trickery, things of that nature, manipulation in general. The next 3 runes came out upright, so bright. The second rune that came out is Laguz. We're heading into Cancer season, so this is incredibly appropriate. This is appropriate. This is water. This is flow. This is life. Laguz represents a downward flow of energy where you are being asked at this time to go within to access that flow, that life force, that energy that's within you, to go within your shadows, to access your deeper emotions. Um, and I am tying this into the themes of Cancer for sure, because we're, we're, we're at the time of the summer solstice, baby. Oof, it's hot out. Cancer season, everyone gets into their feels. That's what Cancer's about. Your deeper emotions, your hidden secret desires. But anyway, Lagoos, back to Lagoos. There are tests ahead. But Lagoos coming out bright indicates that we will be able to navigate these tests successfully as long as we take care of our vessel, our body. So if you are one of the people that is able to sit in stillness and go within and look at your shadows and dive into your subconscious, then you will be able to see through the lies, the propaganda, the manipulation, the deceit. The next two runes, we have Gebo, the gift. This is hospitality. This is a, see how it's two lines crossed? It's two forces, people, entities meeting and exchanging. It's an exchange. I like to call it a weird synchronistic exchange. Perhaps during this weekend, you'll have the opportunity, if you have the ability to, anyway, to exchange some piece of knowledge or a little golden nugget of wisdom with somebody else. Perhaps you're running into more and more synchronicities that lead you to a meeting of some kind. Doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic exchange. It can be an exchange between any kind of group of people or just individuals. If you don't have the means to offer somebody else hospitality, then perhaps the hospitality will be given to you. But either way, how I usually see Gebo, especially when it comes out like this, is something is probably being sparked off by this meeting. By this exchange. The last rune that came out is Uruz. This is strength. This is the mighty aurochs, which is a type of ancient ox. Domesticated animal of great strength, where once we were able to harness this strength, we were able to begin to plow fields and really utilize this strength in such a way that we're able to bring ourselves abundance. So take this and use this as a metaphor. This being the last rune that came out, kind of like a bonus rune, is saying there is this intense vital energy that's welling up that is probably sparked off by this exchange, this gift given or received, that will definitely help you navigate the tests on the water, on the sea, on our journey. It's a very earthy rune. I see it that way anyway. Sorry, I'm watching the ravens. I'm curious. I'm really curious about what they've been circling around. Earlier today I spotted a couple of deer, and they were like going across the fields and the ravens were squawking. And then they came back for something, so I think they came back for their baby. Actually, I think they stashed them in the woods, and then the ravens found them and were probably going to try and eat it. But they were being loud about it, of course, as ravens usually are, so the deer came back. How does this tie into the rune reading? I'm not sure yet. Sometimes the stories don't, sometimes they do. So yeah, beware manipulative narratives this weekend. But on the flip side of that, because it's the rune of wisdom, because ravens are coming up a lot, if there is something that happens that is more of a negative nature, say somebody lies to you, or somebody tricks you about something, or they try to pull the wool over your eyes, this is a teaching opportunity. That's why that's the raven energy, that's the Loki energy, that's the trickster energy. It's a lesson, and ultimately a gift. A gift comes from that of some kind. The gift could be divine in nature, because of the downward flow of Laguz. The gift could be from your own shadow, if you're able to access that. And in fact, our shadows are not always negative things. In fact, there's a lot of goodness in our shadow, because anything and everything that we disown about ourselves, pretend doesn't come from us, or pretend isn't us, belongs to our shadow. Therefore, it's not just, say, anger or bad behavior. It's also creativity. It's also abundance, self-worth. These are things that are stored in our shadow, stored in our body. And the more we're able to access that, the more we're able to sit with that, to acknowledge the pain, the trauma that's stored within us. That's how we improve our vessel. And gifts come out from that, from accessing that. So I would say this weekend, apart from the exoteric stuff that I already mentioned, the stuff that may be happening outside of you, take some time to be with yourself. Take some time to tap into whatever area of your body is in pain, whatever area of your body is hurting. See what emotions are there. It's a really simple practice you can do. You can sit or lay down or whatever. Just bring your mind into some form of stillness. Whatever works for you, really. Pick somewhere in your body that is holding discomfort. pain, discomfort, tension, whatever, you will know what's best for you to do. And ask yourself what emotion is stored there. What emotion is stored there. And try not to go into the story of whatever happened, but acknowledge it, sit with it, nurture it. If this is your first time doing something like this, I would try to pick something that's less intense. I would go with something that isn't so intense that it overwhelms you, but pick something that is not like a 10 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. Pick something that's like a 2 or a 3 out of 10, on the intensity scale. And allow it to just be for a little bit and see if there are any messages stored there for you. Ask, seriously, it sounds kind of weird, but ask that area of your body if there is anything that it needs to say to you, anything it needs to express to you. And allow it to be. Accept it. Thank yourself for doing this, for allowing yourself to do this practice. And it can be intense, I'm not gonna lie. It can be really intense, but it's really worth it. These little things. That's where the inner gold is stored. All right. Have a good weekend. Happy summer solstice. Harness that inner strength. You fucking got this. I hope you experience some magic this weekend. Bye.